And off to the races we go. Oh, I didn't get me down in the corner here. Hold on. Woo. Okay. Much better. Let's see. I know some crazy stuff has gone down over the last 24 hours. Some stuff going on last night. What was it? Wasn't there a shooting too? Another shooting. I saw notification roll in about that today. Hadn't had time to jump into it yet, but I guess another shooting in Minneapolis. Yeah. Another ICE involved shooting. ICE agents involved in a shooting in Minneapolis. The suspect was armed and is reportedly down. Wonder what happened at this one. What did they try to do? Was it a vehicle again? Or worse? A gun? It looks like that's what it was. I mean, they're picturing a gun here, so.
Much, man, and they keep pushing people, you know? They're doing too much, man, and they keep pushing people, you know?
I can't tell if this is before or after the shooting happened.
Oh, shit.
Oh, that would be the shooting. Okay.
Fuck? They killed me? Did they fucking kill that guy? Are you fucking kidding me, dude? Not again. Are you fucking kidding me? That guy's dead.
Yep.
Oh, shit.
So he must have gotten a hold of someone's gun or something.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Yeah. I mean, it's really hard to tell from that angle, but in a scuffle like that, I'm guessing he must have gotten hands on something he shouldn't have. Or maybe he already had it. I don't know. There's going to be more footage from that one. Right here, this lady. Only a matter of time. Interesting. Okay. Is this another view? Yes. Well, not really. It doesn't appear to show too much. Good golly. Quite a bit of shooting.
Back up! Back up! Hey!
Oh boy, here we effing go. This is at the scene of the shooting, after the shooting. Insurrection Act's coming.
I say our patriotic ICE agents. Look, I think Minneapolis and the governor and the mayor are to blame for all of this, because they're doing two things that are endangering both the illegal migrants and the protesters. First of all, the sanctuary city policies are what the reason for all these raids. Because if they were just the Trump administration, Tom Homan has said they want to target illegal migrants with criminal records, either charged with crimes or convicted of crimes or have deportation orders. They are not cooperating with ICE in getting rid of those people. As a result, they have to carry out these large-scale raids in order to find them. And while they're finding them, they're collateral arrests of people who don't have criminal records. Because if they find someone who's here illegally, they're going to take them and they're going to deport them. So they're causing the need for these raids to begin with by their sanctuary policies, and then the protesters are protesting in response to those raids, and they're pouring fuel on the fire by accusing ICE of doing terrible things, which means that somebody's going to get upset and bring a gun to one of these protests, and they're going to get shot. So they're endangering the protesters by with their rhetoric about ICE and by encouraging them to go out and protest. Yep. And the raids wouldn't even be necessary if they would just do their jobs and follow the law and cooperate with ICE in deporting the people with criminal records. 9 out of 10 Americans want to deport every illegal migrant with a criminal record.
Oh boy. Report. Do I follow you? Yes. Okay.
Aware of with law enforcement has been for traffic tickets, and we believe he is a lawful gun owner with a permit.
Okay, so looks like there's a presser going on right now. How do I find that crap? Press conference, Minneapolis. Let's go to YouTube. Minneapolis police. Let's try. Press conference. I gotta pull up my chat. Make sure you're not dropping it out there. Okay. There we go. Let's see. Protests. Okay, here is the presser. It just ended. Just ended. Let's check this out. Here goes.
Approximately.
This loser. Your fault.
I'm going to turn it over to the chief to provide an update and some of the details based on the limited amount of information that we have thus far this morning, and then I will provide some comments myself. Chief.
My name is Brian O'Hara, B-R-I-A-N, O''H-A-R-A. I am the Minneapolis Police Chief. At approximately 9:03 a.m. this morning, Minneapolis police received a report of a shooting involving federal law enforcement in the area of East 26th Street and Nicollet Avenue on the south side of the city. Officers arrived and found an adult male with multiple gunshot wounds when they arrived. Life-saving aid was being rendered, and he was transported by ambulance to Hennepin County Medical Center, where he was later pronounced deceased. Based on the information that we have, which is very limited, this is a 37-year-old white male who is a Minneapolis resident, and we believe he is an American citizen. We have not been told any official reports of what has led up to the shooting, but we have seen the video that is circulating on social media. Our demand today is for those federal agencies that are operating in our city to do so with the same discipline, humanity, and integrity that effective law enforcement in this country demands. We urge everyone to remain peaceful. We recognize that there is a lot of anger and a lot of questions around what has happened, but we need people to remain peaceful. In the area, we have an unlawful assembly at this time. Minneapolis police have given multiple warnings for the crowd to disperse. We are asking for people to avoid the area and to leave if you are there. We have requested mutual aid from the Minnesota State Patrol and from all our local and county regional partners. We ask everyone to remain calm and to please do not destroy our own city.
Please, please, pretty please, we beg you, please don't do it. I know we have the full force and weight of the law behind us, but I'm not going to use it. I'm just going to beg you. Please don't do it. Please don't destroy the city. That is the police chief. Police chief.
I just saw a video of more than 6 masked agents pummeling one of our constituents and shooting him to death.
Did he or did he not try to shoot them first?
How many more residents?
So nothing? No?
How many more Americans need to die or get badly hurt for this operation to end? How many more lives need to be lost before this administration realizes that a political and partisan narrative is not as important as American values? How many times must local and national leaders must
Yeah, Ilhan Omar claiming this appears to be an execution by immigration enforcement. Tim Walt says, I just spoke with the White House after another horrific shooting by federal agents this morning. Minnesota has had it. This is sickening. The president must end this operation. Pull the thousands of violent, untrained officers out of Minnesota now. No. No. We're not doing that. Nope. We could give you more. We could send more officers. Would you like that?
plead with you,
because we could definitely do that,
Donald Trump, to end this operation and recognize that this is not creating safety in our city. As you'll hear from Director Sayer in just a second, we have seen these kinds of operations in other places, in other countries, but not here in America. Not in a way where a great American city is being invaded by its own federal government. I'm done being
somehow not being invaded by foreign scum that don't belong here.
Being told that our community members are responsible for the vitriol in our streets.
H Mart.
I'm done being told that
I need anything, guys. Do I need anything from H Mart?
I'm getting more jasmine green tea just in case the power goes out for a week.
What do we need for the daddy soup? How much? Because I know we got meat.
We have meat.
I
We
got
have
the meat.
noodles, right?
Better check the noodles. I think that might be low. I only have like 2 left.
Spicy pork bulgogi.
Gosh. Oh yeah, get the like the spicy pork belly. We haven't done that in a while. That we, to put it on the grill.
Well, we're already getting the spicy pork bulgogi.
Get that pork belly instead of that crap. It's
Jillian,
better.
Are you gonna grill it?
Yeah, I'll grill the shit out of that if you get the pork belly.
All right, but not burn it. 'Cause Jillian doesn't-
I won't burn it, all right? I like it crispy. Give me a break. All right. Sorry.
Our local-
Sorry, we had to do we're making our last minute preps here for the insanity. We're low on noodles. Yeah. Get a pack of them.
elected officials are solely responsible for turning down the temperature. Just yesterday, we saw 15,000 people peacefully protesting in the streets, speaking out, standing up for their neighbors. Not a single broken window, not a single injury. Those peaceful protests embody the very principles that both Minneapolis and America was founded upon. Conversely, the mass militarized force and unidentified agents who are occupying our streets, that is what weakens our country. That is what erodes trust in both law enforcement and in democracy itself. So to everyone listening, stand with Minneapolis. Stand up for America. Recognize that your children will ask you what side you were on. Your grandchildren will ask you what you did to act to prevent this from
I'm
happening.
pretty sure in like a decade, no one's going to remember this.
Again.
Or care.
To make sure that the foundational elements of our democracy were rock solid. What did you do to protect your city? What did you do to protect your nation? This is not what America is about. This is not a partisan issue. This is an American issue. This administration and everyone involved in this operation should be reflecting. They should
All
be
right, blah blah blah. Get to the questions. I want to. Where do they start with questions?
To take action now.
Blah blah blah.
Housing and rental assistance, legal help, We are sharing information about what to do if you are exposed to tear gas, pepper spray,
Oh my gosh, really?
other chemical agents. And the state AGs and ACLU are collecting reports of rights violations. You can access these resources.
Blah.
We are seeing.
Okay, here we go.
And a single day of their absolute worst of times. We're showing up for each other in the absolute worst of times. I'll turn it back to the mayor. Thank you.
These people, man.
We'll open it to questions.
We are seeing
Here we go.
An incredible volatile situation unfolding right now around that scene. Is there any communication right now between local federal law enforcement or cooperation, or where do those efforts stand to try to calm what's going on down there right now?
Yeah, I'll turn it to the chief to answer.
So the question was, there is an incredibly volatile scene in South Minneapolis right now, and the extent of communication with law enforcement agencies. We have established a command post that is led by Minneapolis Police, and there are representatives from all of the regional, local, county, and state organizations. We have had communication with Homeland Security, but they have not been able to provide us any specific details around the incident itself. We are responsible for ensuring the safety of people on the streets of our city, and we are doing everything that we can to maintain the peace right now, led by Minneapolis Police, but with the help of the Minnesota State Patrol, Hennepin and Ramsey County Sheriffs. Several suburban towns are in the city helping us with 911 calls. We have done an emergency recall of all sworn personnel back to duty. And we are working with the fire department right now to ensure that 2 small fires that were started in the area are safely extinguished. But again, we need everyone to avoid the area if possible. And the people who are in the area, we understand your frustrations. This is not sustainable. But we need people to leave the area at this time.
Is the National Guard involved?
We have communicated with the National Guard. They have been on standby for several days.
Pathetic.
And we have ensured the National Guard, as well as all of the local law enforcement partners, are aware of the situation.
Chief and Mayor, if I can ask you, this is a statement from Tricia McLaughlin, spokesperson for DHS. She said in her statement, an individual approached U.S. Border Patrol officers with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun. Seen here, they showed a picture of it. The officers attempted to disarm the suspect, but the armed suspect violently resisted. More details on the armed struggle are forthcoming. Fearing for his life and the lives and safety of fellow officers, an agent fired defensive shots. Medics on the scene immediately delivered medical aid. Is that what happened?
So Minneapolis Police...
They're going to give a non-answer.
The question was...
we don't know. We don't know nothing.
From DHS saying that a weapon was presented and there was attempts to disarm the person. Again, like I stated earlier, Minneapolis Police, as well as our supervisors, our watch commander, responded to the scene. We were not provided any public safety statement around the incident. What happened? We have since seen a video that is circulating online, like thousands of other people have at this time. So we do not know what happened prior to the recording that is online right now. I immediately called for the Minnesota Bureau of Criminal Apprehension to respond, to conduct an investigation. They are on the scene. I believe the FBI is on the scene as well. But I think the video speaks for itself. What I can tell you is we have identified this person, 37-year-old white male, resident of the city. The only interaction that we are aware of with law enforcement has been for traffic tickets, and we believe he is a lawful gun owner with a permit to carry.
Chief, can you clarify, was MPD cut out of this investigation? Has the BCA been cut out, as we've seen from the 2 previous shootings?
The question was, has MPD been cut out of the investigation, and has the BCA been cut out? As I stated, I immediately requested the BCA to respond. It's my understanding that they are on the scene. I have not heard anything otherwise. There was initially some information was relayed to me over the radio that our officers were told that they were either not needed or could leave, and I gave a direct order to ensure that Minneapolis Police maintain the scene as well as other state and local law enforcement.
Can you talk about the discrepancy?
Do you know whether it was multiple officers involved in the shooting or one officer, and do you know their whereabouts? the other officers on the scene?
So the question was is there multiple officers involved in the shooting? That is the preliminary information. That is our understanding, that it was more than one law enforcement officer involved in the discharge. And again, there is public video that shows several law enforcement officers in a scuffle with someone.
Can you talk about the discrepancy? The initial reports said that the victim here was 51 years old. The information that you have, where is that from?
So the question was, initial reports said the victim was 51. The information that I have is we sent Minneapolis police officers to the hospital with the individual who was shot, and they have since identified that person.
2 more questions.
Do you have a name of the individual who was shot?
I do, and I'm not releasing it.
Are you able to talk, have you been able to talk with top ICE and Border Patrol officials to ask them to please be in on this, or have you talked to them, or have you been rejected?
The question was, have we talked with federal law enforcement to be in on this? We have had conversations with Homeland Security Investigations this morning. We are told they do not have any information to share at this time, but we will attempt to maintain those communications going forward.
Do you believe that?
Last question.
Last question. Do you believe that they have no information to share at this time?
The question was, do I believe that they have no information to share at this time? I don't know if the individual that we were in contact with would or not. This is a Saturday morning, and just like it was for us, it was a scramble to do an emergency recall and to get people to the scene.
All right, thank you guys. We don't have more information if we get any later throughout the day.
Dirtbags. Every last one. All right. So let's see here. Let me see what Steph's hit me with. We already saw Tim Waltz just spoke with the White House. Minnesota's had it. President must end this operation. Pull the thousands of violent, untrained officers out of Minnesota now. Ridiculous. Yeah, this was quite a moment. Begging, like literally begging people to not destroy shit. Begging. You're the chief of police of the city. You can arrest them for breaking the law. But instead you beg them. Pretty please don't destroy things.
Moving into the area, some water bottles being thrown at police now that are here on this line. The federal vehicle slowly trying to inch its way forward into this crowd, despite the growing number of people that are standing right in front. You can hear the siren going off. People now throwing ice and water bottles at this federal armored vehicle.
It's incredible. Jonathan Fahey, if you're still on the phone with me here, I don't know if you can see what's watching live. I mean, this is a deterioration of a situation that, I mean, we're all just in shock of right now. It's hard to tell who the heck is in charge in Minneapolis right now.
Yeah, what makes this so bad is, both the mayor and the governor have had over a week to get things under control, and they've done everything they can to undermine ICE, undermine federal law enforcement, which they know has a legitimate role to be there. And it's just shocking to me. And one of the things that you hear a lot is there are 3,000 federal troops and only 600 police officers in Minneapolis. But one of the things you rarely hear is the reason they only have 600 police is they never recovered from the George Floyd riots of 2020 when they had upwards of 900 officers. And it's just been a deterioration of that city because of the politics. But it's just so shameful that they won't let the police be
out of control.
In the wake of tens of thousands of people taking to the streets in Minneapolis yesterday, I'm seeing posts all over the place saying, "I've never been prouder of Minnesota. Look at what our state has done."
Yeah, right.
Those individuals that took to the streets for the ICE out that accomplished nothing as we wake up on Saturday morning, apart from providing a visual for the media and for the leftist agitators, Those individuals don't represent Minnesota. It's a fraction of Minnesotans. The real story is the remaining 5.7 million people that continued to positively contribute to society here in Minnesota. It's the Democrats that actually agree with what immigrations and customs enforcement is doing, but are forced to remain silent for fear that those that agree with them about 99% of the time, based on their political ideologies, would call them racist Nazis if they were to be vocal to their fellow Democrats about how they too want to see violent, criminal, illegal aliens arrested and taken off our streets. It's the millions of Republicans and conservatives that went to work on Friday, working for the government, working for private companies. Minnesota wasn't built on an economy based upon socialism. Minnesota wasn't built on an ideology or a political belief system based on communism. That's what those people were out protesting for in trying to defend criminals on the streets of Minneapolis on Friday. No, Minnesota was built by hardworking Americans and immigrants, legal immigrants here who respected the sovereignty of this country, that made this state the great state that it is today. No, the real story is those thousands of individuals do not have an argument for what it is they're fighting for, and therefore needed some sort of visual to attempt to convince people that they're right. Even though when you actually look at the truth, which isn't hard to find, you just got to steer away from the mainstream media and actually go digging for the proper context of what ICE is doing, you will come to find that that is a large group. Mostly, we'll say a lot of them came from out of state, but let's just assume they were all from Minnesota. Just because they amassed on one day, skipped work, took advantage of social service programs, doesn't mean that they represent Minnesota in any way, shape, or form. No, the real story is everybody who didn't take part in that protest yesterday and continued to contribute to Minnesota to make this state great. Check out my weekly radio show Monday through Friday, 6 until 9 a.m. Central Time on the iHeartRadio app, and I hope you follow me here. Thanks.
Okay. Saying go home. They are telling ICE to go home. This has been the battle cry of these protesters in Minneapolis even before the Renee Good shooting, and then it just skyrocketed after, and it has been heightened now.
Seems like trying to effect an arrest. You see there, they've tackled someone into the ground.
Thanks for doing a war zone in our city, boys. Thanks for doing nothing to help anyone. Get out of here.
Why? What the fuck? Fucking cowards.
Fucking cops. Look at you. Look at you. This is an American city, dumb fuck.
Federal agents are kicking tear gas into the crowd and have started to pin some of the protesters here in this parking lot. How do I get out? The federal government is firing tear
I say our patriotic ICE agents. Look, I think Minneapolis and the governor.
We saw that one. It's crazy stuff, man.
We just have a few moments here, but it seems to be some smoke is rising. I don't know if these are smoke bombs. It was peaceful when we began to talk, and we noted that rhetoric really matters now, and calming tensions really matters. What are we seeing on our screens now? What's your analysis of this?
Yeah, I mean, they're trying to keep things calm and, diffuse the tension. Again, Kaylee, this is not what agents ever want to have happen. It's insulting to hear this governor make it seem like, this is the wild, wild west and this is what they want to be doing. This is not what they want to be doing. They are literally enforcing the laws. These are targeted interactions. These are targeted operations. They are simply doing their job. And again, without the details of who the subject is, whether they were someone that they were arresting, whether they were a bystander or protester, frankly, when you're looking at the deadly force policies, that's completely irrelevant. For them, they are literally looking at what we've gone over and over before. But my piece of advice to anyone in Minneapolis, and frankly anywhere in the country, let the law enforcement do their job. If you don't want to run into problems, stay out of the
All right, let's go back up. Oh, here, one more.
DHS was armed. Now, tensions are at the scene are high right now. You're looking at a live image. Let's go to Garrett Tenney. He is live in Minneapolis. Garrett.
Yeah, and Kaylee, this just happened this past hour, so details are still coming in. We'll get a clearer picture as this unfolds, so it is still early. But what we are being told at this point from DHS is that Border Patrol had some type of interaction with a man who was armed. This is a picture that our Bill Malusian got from DHS. This is the gun and 2 magazines that they say he was armed with. And Border Patrol engaged him. There was a shooting. DHS says that CPR was being performed on that person. And the Star Tribune reports that person has now been taken to the hospital by ambulance. While the details are still coming in, we are already seeing reaction to this. Governor Tim Walz just tweeted out, "I just spoke with the White House after another horrific shooting by federal agents this morning. Minnesota has had it. This is sickening. The president must end this operation, pull the thousands of violent, untrained officers out of Minnesota now." Now, we should point out that while this is happening,
Trump pushing to bring IndyCar to the National Mall? Get out.
The Trump administration is pushing for an IndyCar race on the National Mall.
What the frick?
In celebration.
Yes. Yes. Unquestionably, yes.
250th birthday. The White House posting this AI-generated video to promote the event that would take place in August.
Are you shitting me? What the fuck? An actual IndyCar race on the streets of DC. Are you shitting me? Gentlemen, start your engines, please. Thank you. Let's do it. What the heck? That would be so cool.
3, 2, 1.
Drivers, start your engine. The transportation department.
Oh my gosh, yes. Oh my gosh. Dude. Best idea I've heard in years for this city. Oh my gosh. I'm like so floored by that because it takes balls to even suggest. I wouldn't have even thought it would be possible because of, just the amount of hoops that would normally have to be jumped through. But I mean, Trump can do it. He's Trump. He'll do it. He'll make it happen. God, that is going to be, I hope he does, because that is just going to be, America. Oh my gosh. Yeah, dude, bring it on. Bring it. This is going to be a great year. Great year. As soon as all the mess gets cleaned up. And it will. It will. Believe me. Trust me on this. They're going to want nothing, people's minds on nothing but absolute victory and America on the actual 250th anniversary, which is just over 6 months away. So believe me, they're going to want things to be nice and tidy. Okay. Oh boy. Speaking of the mess, here we go.
40 minutes from now, we are going to hear, we got another situation here. Let's just listen in for a moment.
No! Fuck you! Stop! Look out! Damn! Just chill. Okay. I'm fine. I didn't breathe anything. I'm just angry. I'm 7 years old. Fucking angry. Oh, fuck off.
Well, I bet they searched all day for this one.
I think I'll need it, but we'll try it.
Just thinking out loud here for the camera. Oh, look, there's a bottle. I don't think I'll need it, but you never know. Who does that?
Wow. What a scene in an American city.
Wow, what a scene. Oh, my goodness. Incredible. Incredible. Wow. God, what channel is this? It's BS now. Of course, it's BS now. God, that was great. Like, who just like has a running narration of their activities as they do them? Who just speaks that out loud as they go about their day?
Chill. Okay. I'm.
Oh, there's a bottle. I might need it, might not. Don't know. Bizarre. Armored vehicle entering the scene. Oh, and sorry, I meant to mention. Where'd your message go? Someone asked me if I had read the Homeland statement yet, which I had not. Let me find Homeland Security here. Do 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 do. Okay, that's 12 hours. There we go. That's got to be it. Yeah. Okay, so they read here at 9:05 a.m. Central Time, as DHS law enforcement officers were conducting a targeted operation in Minneapolis against an illegal alien wanted for violent assault. An individual approached U.S. Border Patrol. Okay, Border Patrol officers with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun, seen here. Excuse me. The officers attempted to disarm the suspect, but the armed suspect violently resisted. More details on the armed struggle are forthcoming, fearing for his life and the lives and safety of fellow officers. An agent fired defensive shots. Medics on the scene immediately delivered medical aid to the subject, but pronounced dead at the scene. Suspect also had 2 magazines and no ID. Interesting. Looks like a situation where an individual wanted to do maximum damage and massacre law enforcement. Okay. About 200 rioters arrived at the scene and began to obstruct and assault law enforcement on the scene. Crowd control measures were deployed. Situation is evolving. More info forthcoming. Boy, there's a lot of info like left out there. Just immediate take. You're leaving out a lot. Like there's a lot of question marks here. First off, like biggest of all, I would say, is like approached how? Approached with a handgun how? Was it on his belt, just holstered? Was he brandishing it, pointing it towards them? Was it in his waist belt? And was he walking up to them like kind of lifting his like showing it off? Like what are we talking here? Each of those is a very, very different situation. And depending on any number of different things, each one of them could it could be taken different ways. I don't know. They're leaving out a lot. Officers attempted to disarm the suspect, but then violently resisted, as we have seen in the video. I'm most interested in exactly what precipitated that. What happened right before that played out? More details on the armed struggle are forthcoming. I'm really curious to see that video from the lady that was in the background of the clip that's been spreading out there. She was recording the whole time, looked like. So okay, interesting. Let's watch the clip again. I want to see the a second. I want to see what we know again. Yeah, that's the lady we got to see. We got to see her footage. Trying to see if there's like a longer version of this, but no, it's all this 38-second one. All right.
They're doing too much, man, and they keep pushing people, you know?
Okay, so what's he doing at the beginning here? What is he? Who's who? Who's who? Oh, shit. Who's that? Shit. Oh, fuck. Hold on. Sorry, I gotta do something. Come on. Damn, out of stock that fast? Whew. Holy guacamole. Not look at the right place? Oh, it's Best Buy. Sorry, I'm trying to stop it here. I got a notification set up for when something comes back in stock, but God, they disappear fast. Dang, man, that is nuts. Sorry, I'm shopping graphics cards for computer. Dang, man, that was 20 seconds. 20 seconds from the notification coming in. Bonkers, man. Yeah, I'm trying to buy these and flip a couple. You can, if you can snag them at a decent price, you can walk away with like $1,000 in profit. Not bad. It's only if you can get them, and I just was not fast enough there. Man, that is just crazy, dude. Or is that it? Yep, no, it is out of stock. Sorry, I'm on my other browser here. There it is. Golly, that's nuts. I got one. So we'll see if I can flip it. It'd be nice. I could use the money big time. All right, let's keep going. There's the first one that they dropped today. I've been waiting all day. All freaking day. And that is the first one of the entire day. All right, let's go. Where's that video at again? There we go. No, not that one. Give me the. There we go. Slow motion. Okay, so this is right before the first shot happens, right here. Oh, look, okay, his right arm. Now, is that... I can't tell if that's his elbow swinging out like that, like he's pulling his gun. Or... No, it's this guy. It's this guy ripping his jacket up. But he definitely does appear to be reaching into his waistband. And they all seem to be trying to prevent him from doing it. Okay, we got a different angle. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let me pull that up. Ah, here's the lady. Okay, here's the lady.
People, the fuck is wrong?
There it goes. Damn. Golly. I wish people would, I don't know, find like a better video hosting site, because this shit just demolishes the quality every freaking time. X is so bad about this. Guarantee you, the original quality, like the original. Oh shit! Did we just get a? Come on, Discord. Hold on, got another drop. Come on, where are you at? Out of stock, man. That is so crazy. 5 seconds. 5 freaking seconds, dude. You gotta be kidding me. It's so nuts. Yeah, they're these things are being like botted to death. That's why you can't get them now. I guarantee you China's doing it. China's probably behind a lot of it. Unfortunately, these are like the big AI cards, the GPUs that are used in AI. So unfortunately, not easy to get hold of. But if you can, I would check your local Best Buys, because if you happen to be able to get one at MSRP, you can walk away with like $1,000 like that. Sell that thing on eBay, no problem. Should be able to do that for like the next year or so. RAM shortage is just going out of control. It's nuts. Trying to get everything locked down before it's so like stratospheric, like no one will be able to afford it, because all these AI companies are sucking up all the good stuff. All right, where is my chats here? I've lost my chats in the madness. There's my YouTube at. YouTube. Fix my share now. There we are. Okay. Cool. All right, good. All right, let's keep going. Hopefully, I won't be interrupted by another drop again. We'll see. We prefer that they happen, outside of this 2-hour window when I can actually do something about it. But hey, just my luck. Oh. All right, where did that son of a bitch? Where did that new angle go? Different angle, thank you. Okay. Let me look at that again. There it is. Okay. Oh, man. Okay. God, I wish it was easier to make that out. It is so difficult to see what's going on there. You see, this guy pulls his weapon out, clearly worried about something. I can't tell if it's him that shoots. It may actually be the guy that shoots first. That's the shot that gets him. Right there in the face, I think from this guy. Yeah. But that first one, that could be him. Actually sounds kind of muffled, like it's... Sorry, I normally don't like playing these over and over again, but it's so blurry that I just really doesn't bother me. You can't really see anything, so. Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully we'll get a higher resolution version of this one eventually, because that, I just can't tell what's going on. Can't make anything out. Dynamics is dropping a link. Let me see. I don't know if that's about this or something else. Okay. Let me try searching for more angles. State Patrol now advancing on the riot.
Honestly! You fucking God! Oh my God! The fuck did you just do? What the
Oh boy. Yeah, I wonder what happened here, dude. I don't know. We should get body cam footage before too long, I imagine. Same shit quality. Yep. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that is his weapon that goes off there. They all appear to be struggling for it. They're clearly trying to get something away from him. They're okay. Hold on. Who is that guy? Who's this guy? Is that one of our guys or one of their guys? It looks like he's not uniformed. I gotta check the other angle on that. Oh, that's the one. Okay, no, it is a cop. Yeah, he's got a vest and everything. Yeah, just got his jacket on. Okay. Because he looked like he was running away there before the shooting started. I presume because he saw a gun, because he saw the gun about to, maybe become accessible to the guy or something, and was not in a position to defend himself. Or, let me go back to that. Here we go. Let's see him again. That's him right there. He's trying to get some, and then bang. Here you go. Turns, and that's right before the shot goes off. I think he's got to be trying to get away before. Yep. That's my guess. He shot first. The perp. They were all struggling for the gun, trying to get it away from him. They couldn't do it. He got a shot off, and they all unloaded on him. And when that comes out, not going to look so good for the swell of emotion about this. All of the screeching and protesting. I think it'll probably fizzle if they have good, clear body cam footage of the fact. We'll see. Federal officials talking soon. Yeah. Okay. Federal officials to talk soon. Let's play that.
In Washington, government funding is about to run out next week. Senators are supposed to come back to the Hill next week to vote on government funding, which includes funding for the Department of Homeland Security, for ICE, for FEMA, for a lot of different things to help people across the country. The House just voted on it. The Senate has to pick it up. And there are senators already calling on blocking that funding, basically holding it hostage in a way in order to get reforms to the Department of Homeland Security. And a senior Democratic congressional source just told our chat program that this shooting and what we're seeing right now on the screen is a, quote, new wild card and could make it challenging to fund the government next week, fund the Department of Homeland Security. So a lot of different things are at play right now, and we're watching all of it. We're also waiting for this press conference to take place in the next half hour here. We're waiting for the Border Patrol.
In the next half hour or so. So that should be right around now. So because this was about 30 minutes ago that this was broadcast.
Patrol Chief Bavino. He's going to take the microphone here in Minneapolis and give us an update. But
okay, so it should be coming from Border Patrol. So let me look them up. Let's see. Border Patrol. I need the Border Patrol. Should be what? CBP? Yeah, CBP. Okay, pretty lady on a swing. That's interesting. What does that have to do with Border Patrol? I'm curious.
Whether you often travel to parts unknown or to places you've been 100
travel commercial
times before, there's a trusted traveler program.
Huh. Yeah, okay. That makes sense. Okay, so nothing from them just yet. Let me try Bovino. How am I not following him? Has he commented yet? No, he has not. Okay. Maybe DHS. Nope, still just that one post. Nothing started yet. Thank you. Okay, so they've got it scheduled up on YouTube here. Thank you. Thank you, Steph. Bing. Why do I keep losing my... Here's my YouTube. I gotta pop that chat out. There we go. Keep losing you guys. good. All right. Come on, where'd it go? What do they say here? Anything on start time? No. Border Patrol, Greg Bovino, some other guy hold a joint press conference in Minneapolis. Scheduled for 2 p.m. That was 5 minutes ago, so hopefully it'll pop up here any minute. I'll keep it up there in the background. We can just keep on scrolling through here.
A guy holding a mattress, and they're moving
What? Why is there a guy with a mattress?
forward, and they're taking steps forward and pushing these state troopers back from where they were standing.
Yeah, I mean, I think you couched it very well by saying what the moment
gas going
called
off
for.
again. Here we go again.
I mean,
Paul.
this is inevitable. They're outnumbered. They're going to do this.
I mean, what else can they do? They're outnumbered, Paul.
No, there's not much. There's not much they can do. They're being put into this situation by the decisions that are being made by the mayor and the chief of police. I'm sorry, but that's the case. They're just not taking control of their city. I can't imagine, under the police commissioners that I worked for, any police commissioner, any police executives, allowing this kind of chaos to obtain and acting somehow.
Dude, I'm telling you, that police chief is 100% like blackmailed for like a gay porn video he did when he was 20 or something. Guarantee it.
Like they were doing the right thing. The fact that they immediately couched this thing in political terms, as opposed to saying we're going to secure the city and get the chaos under control, tells you all I need to know.
Okay, Paul, stand by. I'm going to go back out live to Steve Harrigan, who is right.
Where's this at? Oh, leftist rider reportedly broke his own leg. Oh, oofy, ouchie! During an arrest while harassing federal agents loaded into a pickup truck. This must be after the leg broke, and they're loading him into the pickup to get him out.
His leg is fucking broken.
Pick him up.
Oh my god, they broke his leg? Oh my god. Oh no.
How bad is it?
He needs medical care!
Well, he probably should have thought about that before he broke his leg protesting like a moron.
It's okay. It's okay.
When he needed medical care then,
It's okay.
he'd had a little bit of foresight.
Okay.
Just a little.
It's all right.
And a shred of common sense, maybe.
He needs medical care.
So far, we know that one person is dead, a 37-year-old
Not
white
yet.
man, American citizen, multiple gunshot wounds. Life-saving aid was delivered to him. He was taken to the Hennepin County Medical Center, but he was pronounced dead.
Oh yeah, he was
The Department
dead
of
on that first shot, just out like a light. They nailed him. I mean, the first shot that hit him, it looked like it went straight in his head, from what I could see. Got another one trying to get shot.
I'm right here.
A dirty looking one. Okay. Oh, here we go. They have
Good afternoon.
started. Bingo.
Thank you all for being here today. I'm Gregory Bovino, and I have the privilege and honor of leading United States Border Patrol and Customs and
Oh, Don, I need to get that on a. Okay, hold on. Trump response. Sorry, but I'm going to pause that, and we're going to come right back to this. I want to pull up Trump's response, and we'll go to the press conference. Let's do that real quick. All right, so Trump says, "This is the gunman's gun, loaded with 2 additional full magazines and ready to go. What is that all about? Where are the local police? Why weren't they allowed to protect ICE officers? The mayor and the government called them off, question mark. It is stated that many of these police were not allowed to do their job, that ICE had to protect themselves. Not an easy thing to do. Why does Ilhan Omar have $34 million in her account? Very good question. And where are the tens of billions of dollars that have been stolen from the once great state of Minnesota? We are there because of massive monetary fraud with billions of dollars missing and illegal criminals that were allowed to infiltrate the state through the Democrats' open border policy. We want the money back, and we want it back now. Those fraudsters who stole the money are going to jail where they belong. This is no different than a really big bank robbery. Much of what you're witnessing is a cover-up for this theft and fraud. The mayor and the governor are inciting insurrection. Yep. He's going to keep that messaging up. Just give it a bit. And with their pompous, dangerous, and arrogant rhetoric, instead, these sanctimonious political fools should be looking for the billions of dollars that has been stolen from the people of Minnesota and the United States of America. Let our ICE patriots do their job. 12,000 illegal alien criminals, many of them violent, have been arrested and taken out of Minnesota. If they were still there, you would see something far worse than you are witnessing today. Interesting. All right. Okay, now back to the presser. Oh, shit. No, I need you down here. There we go. Okay.
Border protection here in Minneapolis.
I'm going to catch us up to live here.
Some of those brave men and women of Border Patrol and Department of Homeland Security law enforcement join me here today to show support for all federal law enforcement who have been under constant attack in Minneapolis for weeks now. This morning was no different. At 9:05 a.m. Central Standard Time, as DHS law enforcement officers were conducting a targeted operation in Minneapolis against an illegal alien, Jose Huerta Chuma. You can see this illegal alien on the screen to my left and right. That is Jose Huerta Chuma, whose criminal history includes domestic assault to intentionally inflict bodily harm, disorderly conduct, and driving without a valid license. During this operation, an individual approached U.S. Border Patrol agents with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun. The agents attempted to disarm the individual, but he violently resisted. Fearing for his life and the lives and safety of fellow officers, a Border Patrol agent fired defensive shots. Medics on the scene immediately delivered medical aid to the subject, but the subject was pronounced dead at the scene. The suspect also had 2 loaded magazines and no accessible ID. This looks like a situation where an individual wanted to do maximum damage and massacre law enforcement. Then, about 200 rioters arrived at the scene and began to obstruct and assault law enforcement. Crowd control measures have been deployed for the safety of the public and law enforcement. This situation is evolving, and more information is forthcoming. The officer was highly trained and had been serving as a Border Patrol agent for 8 years. The officer has extensive training as a range safety officer and less lethal officer. As mentioned, this is only the latest attack on law enforcement. Across the country, the men and women of DHS have been attacked, shot at, doxxed, had their family members threatened. And, as we have seen, more than 100 vehicle rammings over the past year against federal law enforcement. We will not allow violence against our law enforcement officers, and we need state and local help. State and local law enforcement to help us coordinate to get violent criminals off the street. Mayor Fry and Chief O'Hare just a few minutes ago did the opposite of that by omitting the fact that the suspect had a gun and magazines full of ammunition. in what looks like a situation, again, where an individual wanted to do maximum damage and massacre law enforcement. I want to reiterate what President Donald Trump, Secretary Kristi Noem, myself, Director Marcos Charles, and so many others have said time and again. If you obstruct a law enforcement officer or assault a law enforcement officer, you are in violation of the law and will be arrested. Our law enforcement officers take an oath to protect the public. We go to work every day to protect our friends, our neighbors, and our fellow citizens. The fact of the matter is that the law does not enforce itself. It takes men and women who are willing to risk their lives to enforce it. The men and women of CBP and ICE, law enforcement, are highly trained professionals who love this country and do this work because they want to leave their kids and their grandkids a country that's safe and secure. Questions?
All right. I had one question. First question, when did agents learn that he had a gun, and did he ever brandish that weapon at agents?
Allie, this situation, again, is evolving. This situation is...
I wish we could hear the questions.
Under investigation. Those facts will come to light. This particular incident is being investigated just like we investigate other similar incidents like we've done over the past several years. It's in the hands of professionals. Those facts will come to light.
All right, going on to the next question.
So, did he have an additional gun, or was the gun moved from the scene? And I watched the video from start to finish of that woman who was wearing the red jacket, and it doesn't seem like he pulled the weapon at any point. So, does the account come from the agents? Did they say that he pulled the gun before, during, after? When does the gun come out?
Again, this situation's evolving. This is under investigation. Those facts will come to light. But let's take a look at the gun. You can see the gun here on the screen there that individual possessed. It appears to be a semi-automatic, high-capacity type, possibly a Sig Sauer 9mm.
All right, no more questions. Sorry, no more questions, sir. Commander,
They're shutting it down already? That answered nothing. I'm sorry. I love I love Bovino. I think you guys know that I love Bovino. He's fantastic. I think he's like one of the best out there. One of the best appointments by far. Easy. But that answered nothing. Like, it answered less than nothing. We already knew that from Homeland. And then as soon as we get into the question of like what exactly happened, I mean, maybe they just don't know. I doubt that, but imagine they probably just haven't had time to craft the appropriate messaging and whatnot. It does take time to do. Well, I hear Waltz is up next. Waltz and Free are doing a presser, of course. Within, I don't know, the next, was it 10, 15 minutes? Let me see if I can find anything on it. Yeah, I wish they, like, at the very least, would have answered the question of like, what happened to spark all of that off? Like, what started the struggle to begin with? I don't know. Maybe I missed it in there, but I don't think that was like really clarified at all or answered. Just that he had a gun. It appeared like it could be something where he wanted to cause maximum damage. That was it. Ooh, hold up. Did you get a drop here? Come on, Best Buy. Ugh. Auga. Oh my goodness gracious. Will not load. Gone. 10 seconds. Gone. All gone. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna I don't think it's gonna happen. Shit. Man, that is tough. I don't even know how I got lucky enough to get one already, but I guess lightning ain't gonna strike twice. Oh well. Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going. I'm gonna see if we can find the waltz presser. Where my D-Lob at? Goodness gracious. Weird. Not loading. Minnesota Department of Public Safety. Okay. There it is. Okay, so he is sent to go live at in about 7 minutes. 7 minutes. Army Dylan posting. Let me jump to that real quick. God, why all these drops got to be happening while I'm on air? Like, what the F, dude? Ridiculous. Worst timing. Worst timing. Terrible. Oops. What's this? Incoming. Oh, stay tuned. U.S. Appeals Court sees probable cause to charge Don Lemon, but declines to order lower court to sign arrest warrants. What? How does that work? Federal judges are refusing to sign DOJ's arrest warrants, even after finding that there is, in fact, probable cause to do so. Ridiculous. Oh, there. Okay. And you know what? Why am I? I'm not getting like dings. I'm not getting my notification dings. Why is that not happening? Uh-oh.
So Don Lemon made the decision to come to Minnesota on Sunday. He reached out on Saturday night after he saw my flyer for the protest that I posted on social media. And I said, you know, if you want to come and document, you're welcome to. So Don Lemon made the decision to come to Minnesota on Sunday. He reached out on Saturday night after he saw my flyer for the protest that I posted on social media. And I said, you know, if you want to come and document, you're welcome to. So Don Lemon made the decision to come to Minnesota on Sunday. He reached out on Saturday night after he saw my flyer for the protest that I posted on social media. And I said, you know, if you want.
Damn it. Missed another one, man. Just while that was playing. It's fucking ridiculous. Ugh. I had it too. It was in the cart. Got it in the cart. I was hitting checkout. But no, got close. Terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. This is insane. As soon as I get off, too, they're going to stop. Just my luck today. I need to make that money, man. I need a new phone. My phone's like busted. It's gone. It doesn't work. So I need to make some money like now. Stephen Miller erupting. No. We'll skip that. Multiple officers in Cumberland County, North Carolina, identified as illegals. Huh?
Was it your understanding that he was seeking asylum, or what status was he in the process?
Not sure. Not sure. Yes.
You said that he had permission to be in the country until 2029, that there was a hearing in Texas. So was there any info to believe that may have changed?
The I-9 is work. It's a work privilege. So when he came in, he applied for an I-9, which gives him the ability to work in the United States until 2029. It has nothing to do with whether or not he can stay here or not.
He was arrested. Any indication what he might be been charged with?
An ICE violation. I was told he's illegally in the United States.
Was it your understanding that he was seeking asylum, or what status was he in the process?
Not sure.
Jeez. All right, they're set to go in about 2 minutes here. Oh boy. Payment methods. Sorry guys, I gotta update my payment methods here. How do I change my Apple Pay stuff? How does that work? There we go. Add card. Okay. I'll have to do that in a minute. Let me find a clip I can put up here. Run through Steph's pile. See if we can get anything else that's going on aside from this shooting. Insanity. Okay.
Protests all over the city yesterday. This was all part of what activists were calling a statewide shutdown to protest ICE. And this march and rally they had downtown was just massive. Thousands of people that were out here marching and bundled up in sub-zero temperatures. They were out here marching for a couple of hours, demanding that ICE leave the city. Over at the airport, more than 100 people were arrested at a demonstration organized by clergy, blocking traffic and one of the entrances to the airport to protest deportation flights. And while those protests stayed peaceful, over at the federal Whipple building, officials say a group of agitators showed up with a U-Haul filled with shields and riot gear to try and block agents from being able to head out on operations. They refused repeated warnings to get out of the road and were eventually cleared out with tear gas and pepper balls. As those protests played out, federal officials continued to push back on viral claims that agents detained this 5-year-old boy to use him as bait to arrest his family. DHS says that narrative that spread online like wildfire was completely false.
When officers approached Conejo Arias, he and his child were in a vehicle. Arias fled from law enforcement on foot, abandoning his child in the middle of winter in a vehicle. Tragically, when we approached the door of his residence, the people inside refused to take him in and open the door. Let me say it again. They saw the young boy and they refused to open the door and take him back.
The family's attorney says the mother didn't open the door because she was afraid ICE would arrest her as well, and that her other son in middle school would be left alone. They are now fighting the arrest in court, but DHS says the father had an order of removal and that he is now being held with the 5-year-old son at a family center in Texas while he awaits his deportation proceedings.
Missed another one, man. Crazy. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. All right, come on, Tim. Okay. Well, let me find something else to put on. I swear if I keep missing these, I'm gonna be so mad. I need to make that money, dude. All right.
You live here. You live here. You've got to be here after all this bullshit is over. 5 shots they put into that man's body. And how do you look me in the eye and tell me you can justify this?
You see him sending a message. Sir, let me ask you why you came out today. What brought you out here?
I'm a veteran. I swore an oath back in 1969 to protect this country against all enemies, foreign and domestic. This is unbelievable. People, this is the 3rd person that's been shot as a result of this. How many more bodies do we have to have in the state of Minnesota? How many more? How many more before somebody is responsible or held responsible for this? These people live here. This is their home. They got to come back to this. They will never be accepted again. I promise you that.
When you say these people, you're talking about the state troopers, the local police. Earlier today, this is not what was here. It was all federal authorities in these streets. Can you describe just what you saw happening in these streets?
I saw at home, I saw them hold a man down and put 5 shots into his body. Unnecessarily. They say he had a weapon, but this is a conceal and carry state. I have a weapon, okay? Every day I leave my house, I have a weapon because I feel unsafe in my own state. ACE cannot do this. We cannot allow this to happen again. This is going to be a powder keg. A powder keg.
Thank you so much. I do appreciate you talking to me.
Okay. Son of a bitch. All right. Let's see if Tim's going yet. Nope. They are still not going. Okay. Hold on. Sorry. What is this thing doing, dude? Not available. All right, sorry. Let's see. Anything else up here? Nope.
On the streets! On the streets! On the streets! On the streets! Get ready for the fucking trials, guys! Get ready, it's only a fucking matter of time. All of you are fucking done. Get ready. 1949. You know what happened in 1949? Nuremberg. Get ready. Against protesters by
day long and you know, tear gas.
On streets! On streets!
Okay. They are still not going. I don't know what the hell the deal is.
A guy holding a mattress, and they're moving forward and they're taking steps forward and pushing these state troopers back from where they were standing.
Yeah, I mean, I think you couched it very well by saying what the moment
gas going
called
off
for.
again. Here we go again,
I mean,
Paul.
this is inevitable. They're outnumbered. They're going to do this.
I mean, what else can they do? They're outnumbered, Paul.
No, there's not much.
Are they going yet? Yes. Okay. I don't know what the story there was. All right, here we are.
Thank you all for being here. I'll have a short statement, then I'll
Seriously?
turn it over to Department of Public Safety Commissioner
Dude.
Bob Jacobson.
Why did they suck so bad? I can't hear a freaking thing.
Joined here by Hennepin County Sheriff Witt.
These fucking people are so incompetent.
State Patrol Colonel and General Menke, the Adjutant General of the.
It's not. It's like this is not rocket science. You look at a meter and make sure that it goes all the way to the top.
Well, as I said last week, this federal.
Or I don't know, just listen and make sure you can hear it in headphones. This is not fucking rocket science. Why do they have such a consistent fucking problem with this shit? Pisses me off so bad.
Brutality against the people of our state.
You can't even hear a single thing he's saying. There's no point.
Life.
I have my speakers literally cranked to the limit.
Several angles, and it's sickening.
Let me see if there's another feed somewhere. Maybe one of these people actually corrected the issue. That's Department of Public Safety. Okay. Maybe Fox 9.
Stay that way, Minnesota.
So much better. Thank you.
Minnesotans are witnessing, and we're creating a log of evidence for the future prosecution of ICE agents and officials responsible for this. They're helping their neighbors. They're walking their kids to school. They're feeding families. I salute their courage and their restraint, and I call on all Americans to see the decency that this state is exhibiting and the horrific cruelty, unprofessional, absolute abomination that is passing for what these ICE agents are doing on our streets. They think they can provoke us into abandoning our values. Well, they're dead wrong. We'll keep the peace. We'll secure
They have to make like the clown faces.
Justice with our neighbors, and we'll see this occupation ends. Minnesotans and Minnesota law enforcement that continuously is being denigrated by this administration will continue to be the adults in the room, the professionals in the room, the decent human beings in the room that will keep the peace. With this, I'd like to turn it over to Department of Public Safety Commissioner Bob Jacobson to update you on the situation as we know it.
Thank you, Governor. I'm Bob Jacobson, Commissioner of Public Safety for the Department of Public Safety, and again, it's my honor to serve in that position. A man was shot and killed this morning in Minneapolis. I want to pause and remember what cannot get lost in this moment. A man died.
What are we doing with
His
our face here?
family and friends are feeling unimaginable heartbreak and trauma. And I know Minnesotans and I know our community will rally around this man's family and friends to support him. I also understand clearly that people are upset. They're scared. They're confused.
This is just some like.
I want
this is some weird like psychological conditioning shit or so. I don't know what the heck is behind this crap, but it's so weird, dude.
You that this state's public
And not sign language itself. That's not like sign language. No problem with that. But the way that they employ this is just bizarre.
The officials and our local law enforcement partners are doing everything in our power to get answers, to help return a sense of normalcy back to our communities. You have the right.
Something about it, like the whole thing, the way it just completely sucks the seriousness out of everything that they do.
Demonstrate peacefully. We recognize that demonstrations are often driven by
turns it into like a mime show.
Emotions, beliefs, and a desire to be heard. But please remain peaceful. And I want to say it again that because it is important and it is critical. Peacefully demonstrate. By doing so, you help local authorities to get answers. You help us to do our investigations. By remaining peaceful, you help ensure nobody else may be killed or injured. The thousands and thousands of people who gathered yesterday in Minneapolis prove that Minnesotans can make their voices heard peacefully, and they can do so without violence, and they can do so without destruction.
What is this? Like what are you saying in the sign language? What is this? What is this one?
State resources are available and ready to support our local law enforcement partners as requested. And those resources include the Minnesota State Patrol, the Bureau of Criminal Apprehension, and the Minnesota National Guard. With that, we'll stand for questions.
Was she doing the shake weight? Was she talking about shake weights? Shake weights, right?
You made this request before. Is there any reason to believe that it will be answered differently? Have you had any conversations with the president, with the federal government, and is there any indication that they are going to pull out or back down?
Well, I spoke twice this morning, shortly after I received the call of this shooting. I spoke with the President's Chief of Staff, and first request was to get her people out of there, to get these federal agents out of there. They were going to cause more chaos. And second call is, with no uncertain terms, that we will investigate this. We will not be stonewalled. What we've already seen, and you saw it this morning, before any investigation is done, you have the most powerful people in the federal government spinning stories and putting up pictures, and unrelated people who we don't know anything about, and a picture of a firearm to try and spin a narrative. And I ask Americans, this will end when enough Americans say this will end. Do I have any confidence Donald Trump will do the right thing? No, I don't have a lot of confidence Donald Trump will do the right thing. I do have a lot of confidence that the majority of the American people will do the right thing. And I think there cannot be very many people across this country looking right now, after all the reporting that's been done, after everything that's been said, under the pretense that they are here about immigration reform, and quit referring to these people as law enforcement. They are not law enforcement. We have law enforcement who do an incredible job. And to listen to Greg Bovino denigrate the work of our people who are out there cleaning up their mess, no, I don't have a lot of confidence that he himself will do it. But here's what I do have confidence in. There's a whole lot of Republicans, for whatever reason, cannot find their spine. But they might find the ability to know that they're not going to win another election as long as they live, unless they stand up for what's right, and stand up for the rule of law, and stand up for human decency, and that's the moment.
So then, just a follow-up, because then if that is not the case, what are the people of Minnesota supposed to do who are in the middle right now? Because if they do Stonewall, and you're trying to investigate, is that forced?
Yeah, no, it's a good question. And look, I speaking to the people of Minnesota right now, I hear that scream from you, and I'll continue to plead and ask you for peace. And I know the answer is, you ask us for peace and we give it, and we get shot in the face on the streets coming out of a donut shop. We cannot give them what they want. I don't know how to say this in so many terms to watch the madness that we've witnessed over this last week coming out of the White House and what it's doing here. My confidence is, and I say it to Minnesotans, as I've said, exercise your First Amendment rights, speak out, bear witness and document legally. But I understand the risk in that, and I understand the courage that it takes to have people out there doing this. Thank God we have video, because according to DHS, these 7 heroic guys took an onslaught of a battalion against them or something. It's nonsense, people. It is nonsense and it's lies. So my confidence is this, Minnesotans. You know who you are, and you demonstrate it every single day, and we damn sure know who these people are. The American public knows, and this needs to be the event that says enough. Go ahead. No, I'm up front.
The question was related to whether or not the BCA is on the ground currently with the investigation, and a reference to previous investigations that the BCA have attempted to be a part of. What I'll tell you right now is that we no longer have BCA agents or public safety, state patrol, or Minneapolis on the ground at that crime scene.
Is that an instruction by the federal government, or did you pull your agents out?
What I will tell you, and not to get further into the investigation, but DHS pulled out of the scene, leaving that to Minnesota State Patrol, Minneapolis. We did not have enough resources to be able to hold that ground safely, and we had to leave that scene because of the number of people that were available and the safety of those in the public and the safety of our teams. We were able to get there, but at that time we were not able to hold that scene to do a crime scene investigation. I can't talk any more about those details.
Who is handling the investigation? If not either DHS nor state officials right now?
We'll have more on that, but the BCA is engaged and involved, and we are working at the request of the Minneapolis Police Department on this, on the scene and in this investigation. So we are there, we're available. We want to make sure that we continue to work on this and engage with our federal law enforcement, but at this point, we don't have anything more to share about the crime scene. Again, we were not able to hold it. We wanted to make sure and keep people safe, but federal law enforcement left the scene and left us there.
Governor Ernest, within your time, have you activated the National Guard? I know that the Sheriff of Wake has requested for additional assistance. Can you tell us whether they're going to be playing a role in keeping?
Yes, the answer is yes, we have, as we said last week, and we staged those troops. I'll have General Menke talk about where they're at, and again, use this as an opportunity to stress to Minnesotans the frustration you have, and as you saw this, they killed a man, created chaos, pushed down protesters, threw gas indiscriminately, and then left the scene, and then we're left to clean up. I understand the anger. I understand trying to parse who were the law enforcement on the scene when you got there after a man was killed is difficult for folks who are out there. But I can't stress enough, our goal, and I'll have General Menke talk about what the role of these Guard troops are in conjunction with incredible work from the Hennepin County Sheriff's Office, from mutual aid across, and of course the State Patrol, of trying to get to the point where what we're saying is we can handle this and Minnesotans can express their First Amendment rights and have our folks on the streets and get these people out of here. And so, John, if you want to talk a little bit, but the answer is yes, there's activated. He can talk to you about numbers.
To be clear, they're activated different than having them staged.
Yeah.
So the question is, what's the National Guard doing right now? So we have, we have been on state active duty for over a week. So we've had soldiers prepared in the metro area to respond in a much rapid manner than if they were not mobilized. So we have a request from the Hennepin County Sheriff to support them, and that is to help them free up additional resources for other work that they need to do. And we have started coordinating with them this morning on that, and that first area of support will be assisting them with their requirement to provide security to the Whipple building. So we'll be helping them there. And then we are in parallel planning with other organizations within the state of Minnesota, to include the State Patrol, the Minnesota DNR, and other local agencies to render assistance if requested.
Could you say how many are now employed?
I would say that the number that we have is adequate for the requests that we have right now, and I will also tell you that we are bringing more resources that will be able to respond in a timely manner that are not fully mobilized yet, but we are mobilizing more soldiers as we talk at this time. I'd like not to get into specific numbers for an operational security standpoint, but right now we have all the resources to meet the requests that we have.
I would note on this one, too, that we'll be billing the federal government for the cost of the National Guard because they are incurring the costs that are falling on us by their reckless actions. Yes, sir.
You alluded to this earlier, but are you rejecting the narrative that has been presented by federal officials that this man, this 37-year-old citizen of Minneapolis, posed a threat to these agents? And are you rejecting the idea that he played some role with his weapon in leading to
I'm rejecting the rush to judgment within 15 minutes of this, which they did last time. That's why you need to have a fair investigation. And that's why a video can show one thing, but what happened beforehand. But they already will slander this individual. They've already made this the case. And I will just say you will all start to see it, and some of you probably have. There's multiple angles of this. And I'll go back to what we talked about before. They're telling you not to trust your eyes and ears, not to trust the facts that you're seeing in front of them. And at some point in time, your reporting, and I think the reporting this week has been spectacular across Minnesota, that there's not two sides to every story. But in this situation, what I'm saying is we need to have a fair investigation, understanding what's happening, and held accountable. We continue to hear, and we heard it from the vice president, that these folks can do whatever they want. They can have full immunity. And what I'm telling you is they will not. There will be justice to Minnesotans. Continue to gather the information. So I won't say where it is because I think it's irresponsible to make that judgment. But what I see with my eyes and what you're going to see with your eyes makes that pretty hard to believe. And I would imagine as a federal officer, they would have come out and sounded like these professionals sound and say, we need to gather the information, we need to gather all the facts, we need to put them forward, and then we can make some informed decision based on the fact. They've written the narrative already. And the audacity to critique the police chief of Minneapolis after what work that those heroic officers are trying to do, and to be critiqued by this guy, I mean, I don't know, I've said it a lot, but America, as you're listening, enough is enough. Enough is enough of this. End this. End this. And we see them moving to Maine. If you're in Boston, you're in Chicago, you're in Philly, you're in Miami, it doesn't matter. We can't live like this. Our children are in trauma. A 5-year-old, you saw the picture, the bunny hat and the Spider-Man. These are not like some narrative to throw around, to parade around in some coat you had made and act like you're a tough guy or whatever. These are people's lives, and we have rule of law. So I'll let the investigation play itself out. We will do our best to find it, but I don't know, you kill a man and then you just leave your law enforcement, you just leave it. Is there a single case in America's history where you just like walk away and say, I guess that just happened and we're not going to clean up our mess? I'm proud of Minnesotans. I'm proud of law enforcement here and our partners, and we'll get to the bottom of it. I think we have time for another one. So, yes, ma'am. I'm better off to let these guys, the professionals. I have my thoughts.
So the question was, what are we doing to assist federal law enforcement on getting violent criminals off the street, if I understand the question?
Greg Rubino said that in the press conference. He was calling on state and local law enforcement. So what is your response there?
State and local law enforcement are always ready and willing and able to arrest violent offenders. We do not stand down from that, no matter where we get that information from. If there are violent offenders or violent criminals or violent crimes, we will investigate and we'll bring those to justice. If the federal government would like to work with us, to continue to work with us as they have in the past, to locate those violent offenders, we are always open to those discussions. and always willing to assist. We do not ignore that. We are ready and able, and we do that. All of you as part of the media hear us arresting violent offenders all the time. We have not stood down. That is our mission. The federal government is not alone in arresting violent offenders. State and local law enforcement does that every day at great risk to their life, at great risk to the community. We do it because we want a safe Minnesota, and the federal government is not the only one to do that.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm here. I'm not going anywhere.
But respectfully, I'm confused.
Yep, I'll try and clear up the confusion.
Jacobson said that he said, they were at the scene, then they had to leave the scene so they couldn't secure it.
Correct.
BCA tweets a half an hour ago, our agents and crime scene personnel attempted to access the location but were blocked by DHS.
Correct.
So
That one,
doesn't really align with
I was trying to figure out what that is. I'm not sure. I'm sure we got him there.
We weren't on the scene. We're not allowed to be on the scene.
Are they still?
The scene is the BCA usually does.
Okay, so
that's as much as I would say about the investigation.
It's like they're still doing questions from across the room.
Correct. Correct.
The DHS blocked them from accessing the scene.
The BCA was not allowed to access the scene. So we were at the scene. We were not allowed to be on the scene in order to process. Correct. We'll have another presser and.
Today?
Correct.
Okay.
Relatively recent-ish.
Yes. Hopefully an hour.
In an hour?
Said hopefully in an hour.
Okay. Okay.
Huh.
Thanks, guys.
Yes, sir. Wow. Yeah, I don't think it's hard. Fine for you, and this guy here. Yeah. I don't think it's mine anyway. So. But if you're selling stuff, you may as well sell it, right? Like, get it out of our basement. Yeah. What? That's crazy. Yeah. Imagine someone will buy the Xeon thing, though, right? That's still quite decent. I mean, does that have room for? I wonder if that's a fully like 16. Mine is PCIe 3. So I could put the X in. Just wouldn't run it full.
Can I have folks' attention? Not for publication.
That's the Wi-Fi.
Oh, there it goes. It's over. Cool. What is it? Yeah, Wi-Fi card. Yeah. Sorry, we're looking at old computer parts and stuff. Trying to sell off some old stuff.
Hook a monitor up and put this thing up and just see what the stats are on it.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, let's do that. I'm due to be off here in like 2 minutes, so.
Can we hook it up to that?
Yeah. In fact, I think my relief just arrived. So, how you doing, Sonny? Hello.
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Doing pretty good. What's up?
Good.
Eating
The
ice
cities.
cream.
That's good.
Yeah. Crazy stuff, right?
Oh, sorry about that. It looped. I had that audio on. I thought I shut it off.
Oh, you're okay. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're looking at old computer parts here. Got him looking at some of my old computers, and we're gonna try to get them sold. So
Is that Capanon?
it is. It is indeed.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice. Good luck. I hope it works out for you.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Well, have a good show.
All right. Thank you.
Yep. See ya.
Hey,
Bye, everyone.
everybody. Oh, you are all thanking